You got everything on the iiRcade. You even got racing games. No, we don't have a steering wheel yet, but right now you can still play these games, and yeah, we got some cool ones. So check it out.
Jeff, I did a quick poll too for the show since we're doing the racing games.
Okay, what do you got?
This was a poll on my channel. I asked, let's see, what's the best genre for iiRcade?
Okay.
And I had these different categories to choose from. I had platformers and Retromania games, shmups and shoot 'em ups, racing and sports games. Then I only want modern games, and old school and rare arcade games, hidden gems and hits. So, and those are kind of the numbers I came up with my quick poll.
Interesting. Okay.
Mikey's peeking around the corner looking at it. Look at it.
Obviously, it is. People do feel it's the king of shmups because look at how high shmups are. It's crazy.
And
then
I
people
picked
want
old
modern.
school.
People want. The thing I love is
racing is only 4%. Wow.
The shoot 'em ups can fall into the old school category too.
They're delivering
that
they're delivering a wide range. That's what I like. It's like there's so many genres they're covering.
So I want to ask this. So and this kind of leads into our next topic because I noticed racing was on there was only 4%. So I don't know if that's just because like shmups and the old school retro stuff are just so good on this, or if people just don't like racing without having a wheel. Do you think that is playing a factor into this? Do you think like these racing games, people just aren't gravitating toward them because there's no racing wheel? Or is that not really needed? What do you guys think?
It depends on the game. It really does. There's some games, they can be optimized for the joystick perfectly. And, we'll talk about some of them. We've already talked about Beach Buggy. And then there's some games that, if you were going to get it, you probably would rather have the racing wheel. Yeah.
What do you think, Brooklyn? Racing wheel needed?
I don't, for me, it doesn't really play too much of a factor into it. But, for the people that do want the wheel, you never know with the new version of the cabinet coming out this year. There is speculation that there can possibly be switchable, control panels. So
you might be onto something there. I know Michael is in the chat, so he's listening. He's probably going, can't say nothing. We understand, brother. CT, what do you think? Do you the racing? I mean, you've got racing cabinets. You just got another racing cabinet.
I got a racing cabinet. Yes, I got to put it together. But as far as the iiRcade goes, I don't need a wheel. You know what I mean? I played the game. I'm gonna show you in a second. Where it felt so good, I was shocked. I'm really getting into that game. I can't wait to show you.
Well, I think. I really, it's kind of like playing a golf game without a trackball to me, but some of these games actually play really well with the joy. Like
I think it depends on the game. Yeah,
it depends on the game.
Well, when we get to the, we're going to be talking a little bit specifically on what games a little bit later on. But I actually have my racing cabinet sitting right here next to me, and I'll go right down my list on ones that I think go good with a joystick and which ones you're better with a wheel with. So
yeah. Well, I think if you look at like Beach Buggy or Crazy Taxi or Mario Kart, I mean, I don't think a steering wheel is always 100% the solution for racing games. And like even MotoGP, the arcade game that's on iiRcade, I don't think it had a wheel; it used a joystick.
And how
so
many
not all racing games need it.
Like all these console racing games, you've got your Forzas, you've got your Gran Turismos and all this. Yeah, you can get steering wheels for your PlayStation or your Xbox, but I think the majority of people still play it with a controller.
Right, they do.
So,
yeah,
usually except for like the real hardcore people that are into racing stuff, they'll get the whole setup.
Now, I don't want to be. I want to be clear. there is an arcade experience to be had when you have that racing wheel and you got the pedals and you got the shifter. Nothing compares to that. But I think what we're all trying to say is there is some fun to be had by playing some of these games that do play well with just a joystick, right?
Man, you
Absolutely.
can still get down like that. Still, with a joystick, it's all right. All depends on the game, like Brad said.
Yeah.
All depends on the game.
Yeah. And now, like the creme de la creme, Daytona USA. Like now, if we're gonna get Daytona USA, you need a steering wheel for that one. Yes.
You think so? Yeah, there's some maybe that you really just can't get. But I love how the Bachelor's comment though. We don't need to put it back up, but he's talking about the wheel from the Wii. Do you guys remember that? You take
I
the little
have.
Yeah.
wheel,
Yeah, I remember
I have
that.
two
and
of
it's
them.
just it's just a
down
little
here.
plastic wheel. You stick in the wheel, and then you just go like this in the air. It was the
Yeah.
cheesiest, stupidest thing
Nah.
ever. But we all got one. You know, you did.
Well,
I have-
Yeah.
They
I
have
have the
something-
Wii's and the Switch ones, and I still prefer playing just with the Pro controller.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I
it's-
was gonna say. They make one for the Switch. I think Rob Kessel's Arcade. He's got a
Oh, okay.
Switchcade that he turned into a Mario Kart driving one. You know, so
Yes, they did come out with kind of like more of a professional regular racing wheel for Mario Kart, which kind of looks
Oh,
interesting.
really? Interesting. May have to check that one out.
But here's my
the new-
question: would you rather have a wheel, or would you rather be able to, before the end of this year, play these racing games against your other iiRcadian friends?
Online. 100%. 100%
Online all
online.
day.
Online all day. 100%.
Like, how cool would it be to play beach buggy racing and everybody in the game is somebody that you
that
know?
would be an
That would be awesome.
experience. Yes.
Well, I think
Yeah.
we're heading down that road. Now, I don't think that the racing games are going to be some of the first ones they do online. I'm pretty sure they're not. But they're talking about online for pretty much all the games, right? I think they said all of them are going to be.
That's
So,
right. The first
it's
quarter's
coming.
almost up.
how many days does Michael have left? Let's remind him. Michael, I think you got about 20 days left or so, bud.
I'm
Well,
not
guys-
counting, but some people are.
Well, what do you guys think as far as if the iiRcade goes more into racing games? Well, first of all, do you think maybe the reason we're not seeing a ton of racing games right now is because they've got maybe a wheel coming in the future for it? And if so, what games do you think are realistic for iiRcade to get that you would want to see on the
Crazy
iiRcade?
Taxi, please. Crazy Taxi.
I said realistic.
agree with
bro. I said
Brad.
realistic.
Crazy
Oh.
Taxi is great, but it'll be difficult because of the music. They'd probably have to, like, a lot of the music would have to be removed.
Which, I mean, is that a make or break for you guys?
For me, it doesn't matter.
What
It's
the
still
music? I
great.
don't care about the music. Give me something
Yeah.
similar. It don't matter. No copyright music. It don't matter.
I know for me, when I bought my Ninja Turtles arcade one up cab, everyone was making a big deal about the music, and it did bother me at first, if I'm honest. But after I got it and got it turned on and stuff, I don't care. You know, it's the same thing.
What
I don't know.
about other like kart racer clones, like the Garfield kart game or something like that, where maybe it's not a Nintendo license?
Well, yeah.
I mean, I'm just trying to think of stuff that is realistic for them to get. Like, they're not going to get Forza. They're not going to get,
No.
you know, these-
Gran Turismo, no.
Yeah,
But they could get Chase HQ, maybe. That's a good one that I think people would be interested in. Isn't that a Taito game? Correct me if I'm
I don't
wrong.
know. I should have done a little more research onto this question before I.
Well, here
brought
I'll
it up,
press.
but-
I'll tell you real quick.
The racer game that comes to mind for me that I really would love to see is Cruisin' Blast. That game.
That's
That-
that'd be
that's
a
the
good
new
one.
one, right? That's
It's
the new
awesome.
one?
Yeah,
I wonder if that's too much memory for this.
it is. They would definitely have to tone
Yes.
it down for it to work. I think, but
It's a great
it
game.
would still be great to have.
I
on it.
played it in the arcade with my son, and it's a blast. But it's a blast, cruising blast. But yeah, no, I agree with you. But I just think, gosh, I don't know the limitations of the. I think the memory is the biggest limitation that iiRcade runs into with the newer games because some of them are just huge memory hogs.
Yeah. Prince Malcolm just bought Crazy Taxi. He said the music change wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I can confirm. I just launched it here that Chase HQ is indeed a Taito game, and I know that's got a decent amount of fans out there for that game. Just
Okay.
saying so, Michael.
Spy Hunter?
Spy Hunter. Now,
Is that really a
Ooh.
racing game though?
That's
No,
kind of
but I
not
still
sports,
want it.
but
I know.
yeah.
it's a great
I
game.
remember when like that was
Who's got-
the top
That
game in
was
the
the
arcade.
stuff.
Everybody was playing that game.
Who has Spy Hunter? Is that a possibility?
I think it's Bally Midway.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that's Midway.
Yeah.
Huh.
In the arcade, it was Bally Midway.
But then there was the Sega games, Rad Racer, Racing Beat, Rad Mobile.
Oh man, are we gonna have to wear those blue and green like 3D glasses? You guys remember that for Rad
Yeah.
Racer?
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be. I can just see my wife walking in the room. I'm sitting here with my iiRcade. I got these funky glasses on, like.
And then,
And maybe they could just make their own cart game and like make like the iiRcadians with like giant heads in
Oh.
little carts.
that's
Oh no,
that's
like
good.
all of us, like you could race
Yeah.
the Wilson and Menace with the hat,
Yeah.
with the little, yeah.
Would it
Oh,
be so
man.
wrong that even though if they made that, I would probably still play as CG Jason?
We'd all be CDJs.
Sorry, they're gonna have to get the Friday the 13th license for that. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Waiting for
Everybody, everybody can wear a hockey mask.
that's right. Yeah,
Anybody
you,
can wear a hockey mask.
you make a
That's good.
point. It's just a hockey mask.
We can't do this show without mentioning one game in particular, and I'm talking about pole position. And there was the arcade version, and there's also the Atari 2600 and 7800 versions of it. And the 78 version was designed with a joystick in mind. And I know that Atari license is up for grabs out there. It's no longer exclusive with anybody, so. Just saying that could be a good one, fairly cheap. Pole position Atari 7800. That's not a bad game that would translate pretty well.
I still want my off-road racing, but I want that in a dedicated cab with 3 wheels. So nobody seems to want to do it for me. I'm gonna have to get an original one. I know.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, we got the iiRcadians merch store. If you want to take a little piece of the show with you, you can get it right here. Enjoy.